Hello. Today we're going to be looking at some graphs in science. So why even use graphs in science? Graphs are a way we can take data and display it visually. So let's look at parts of a graph. The first part you are going to notice is the y-axis and the x-axis. These are where we are creating our scale and displaying our variables. This right between the scale, it is called an interval, and every graph should have a title. So again, the y-axis, the x-axis, labels for our graphs, intervals, and the title. A legend or key, these are required when you have more than one line on a graph to identify the visual elements used to distinguish different groups of data on the graph. So which types of graphs are we going to be focusing on? These are going to be our line graphs, scatter plot graphs, and bar graphs. So first we look at line graphs. These are used for change over time. The dates should be on the x-axis and the data you collected should be on the y-axis. So as you can see, this has our temperature, our time, and a title. So right here, we're looking at how the temperature changed from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock in New York. Scatter plot graphs. This is a correlation of variables, correlating two number sets or two sets of data. When we use scatter plots, these are when we're observing how the independent variable affects the dependent variable. The independent variable should be on the x-axis, while the dependent variable on the y-axis. So we see the dependent variable, the independent variable, and these are our data collected. This is called a trend line, which goes through from the very first one, the lowest one, to the highest. And then this over here is called an outlier. Bar graphs. Bar graphs are used when comparing two or more groups together. The groups should be on the x-axis and the data on the y-axis. So we see the groups and our data over here with, of course, a title. Next, we're going to look at graphic organizers. Graphic organizers is a visual way to display demonstrating the relationship between facts, ideas, and concepts. So first we look at a hierarchical topical organizer. So that allows us to see the big picture as well as the topics and then the facts at a glance. It can also be used for classifying topics and attributes. So where we will see this type of organizer is when we're looking at our CERs. So you see the big picture broken down by our topics, and these topics have all of their facts underneath them. A Venn diagram organizer is a way of organizing complex relationships visually. They allow abstract ideas to be more visible. So as you can see, if we look right here, this would be our topic 1. And here we would put what is different. And then over here would be topic 2. Right here we put where that is different than topic 1. And in the middle is where they correlate and what is the same between the two different topics. A bubble topical organizer. These are used to describe a central idea or term at the center while using adjectives in the bubbles that surround it. So here we would put our topic and how these other ideas coordinate to this topic. And that is all. Good luck.